What's up, guys? How are y'all doing today? You have tuned into The Verse. Thank you very much for joining the channel. Hit that like and subscribe button below, please. That always helps. We're just getting started out here. So, we are talking about the pulseX sacrifice. If you've made it to this page, you must know a little bit of background information about pulseX, but we're going to give just a quick rundown of what's happening. Richard Hart is creating a new ecosystem within the cryptocurrency environment. He has created a blockchain called the Pulse Chain. It has not released yet. It is set to release in around 2 months from now. So today is 1/3. He's saying by the end of February or possibly early March, we're going to see the launch of the Pulse Chain blockchain itself. And we will want a DEX, a decentralized exchange, to accompany the launching of the Pulse Chain. There are other elements to the ecosystem that we can explore further, maybe in a later video, such as the DAO coin, but it's just good to know that pulseX is the decentralized exchange for the Pulse Chain network. Now, let's get into what sacrificing means. We see here that the pulseX sacrifice has started. So if you go to pulseX.com, you will find this page. You will see here that we're sitting at $289 million sacrificed into the wallet so far. Got about 175 million in Hex, 73 million in Ethereum. The list goes on. Now, what are we sacrificing for? Well, here you go. You can see time to the sacrifice rate increases by 5%. What's increasing by 5%? Well, we're going to go down here. This shows you here that we have 6 days until that rate increases, which will happen at midnight on January 9th, moving into January 10th. So we're sacrificing $1 per 10,000 points awarded. Now, let me be clear, you are not buying anything. You are sacrificing for a political statement, which is, in this case, the freedom of mobility, movement, and assembly. You are not buying anything. I'm not a tax expert, and I'm not a financial advisor, but I would imagine that not buying something and receiving something free has tax implications. Hint, hint, you may talk to your personal CPA about this. So we'll go and just look a little bit more here about what Pulse Chain is. Pulse Chain is Pulse Chain's exchange. It enables you to exchange tokens, PRC20s, on the Pulse Chain for one another. For example, you could swap Pulse Chain's native token, PLS, for pulseX. It works like Uniswap on Ethereum. The bridges also let people trade currencies from other chains on pulseX. Now, there was a sacrifice phase for the Pulse Chain that is over. And a good thing about the pulseX is that you will be able to swap pulseX for Pulse when the Pulse Chain launches before the bridges are formed. So that's a good thing to note. This will be the world's largest yield farm. The pulseX will have a second incentive token that you'll be able to pair for liquidity farming. This is the DAO token that we'll talk about in a later video. But what we want to get onto is the mechanics of the sacrifice. So now that you know about the ecosystem a little bit more, you understand that you are not sacrificing for purchasing power, purchasing anything. You are sacrificing for a political statement. You know a little bit about what pulseX is. And you can read on further here on the pulseX.com website more about PLSX, how it's designed to increase in value, how to be the best asset class in history, have high yields, have some of the most transparent trading in the world, have a high efficiency, and the fact that PLSX becomes more rare. You can read more about that here. Trading fees, dirt cheap. Coolest part about this is pulseX is going to have a 0.29% fee that users pay on every swap. That's less than SushiSwap, Trader Joe, QuickSwap, and Uniswap. 76% of all trading fees could be distributed to liquidity providers. 21% could be used to buy and burn from PLSX. This is going to create a lot of buy pressure. Even if there is sell pressure, there's always going to remain buy pressure because of the buy and burn feature. Reducing its supply over time to 0.01% of a trade's value. It goes to an address that you must have no expectations of. When you sacrifice, you cannot have expectations of the work of others. Let's move forward to sacrificing itself. So now you have this breakdown. I know what pulseX is. I know what the pulse chain network is. Well, how do I sacrifice? Best part is you can click this simple link, pulseX.info, and come here. This will show you that you can sacrifice from the Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Polygon Matic, Avalanche, Ethereum Classic, or Ethereum Optimism just by simply copying this link here ending in DDC8. Double, triple check your link. A way to do that is to copy into Etherscan. Paste. And you will see which wallet we're going into here. Token. So we'll see drop down here. You can see there's 146 million hex. So we're looking at this wallet here, the same wallet. This is one way to do it, just by purely copying this from a decentralized wallet. It works on Trust Wallet. It works on MetaMask. The problem with Trust is that you will not see your coins when Pulse Chain launches because there's not a connection from Trust Wallet to Pulse Chain. So you will eventually have to put them in a MetaMask wallet to see your tokens. So this is the manual link on how to do that, copying directly into MetaMask. Click here, go right into your MetaMask, enter your password. Go to send tokens, enter this address, and you're good. Another way to do that is to connect your MetaMask directly here. And guys, let's just make sure we're on pulseX.info. Do not sacrifice to pulse.info. The Pulse Chain sacrifice has ended. The only reason to sacrifice to pulse.info is to gain an origin address for possibility of future airdrops. That is the only reason to do that. Otherwise, you can either copy this link or you can connect your MetaMask directly. Now, for simplicity's sake, we'll keep the video short here. If you have further questions, you can comment down below. Let us know, guys. This is not easy for everybody to do. Sometimes people learn differently. So if you have questions, like I said, drop it down below. We want to answer those questions in further videos and keep you guys educated, informed, and making sure you're sacrificing your hard-earned money to the right wallet. So that's going to be it for today's video. Let's hope for some big gains. We're talking moon bags, folks. Let's go. Have a great rest of your day. Look forward to seeing what the new year can bring.